Hi, good evening, I guess. Is that right? Good evening or good night? It's pretty late. Um, I wanted to add a little addendum to what I spoke about on the last segment about the various contraceptives. And I thought, well, that's kind of funny. Most people know 18 to 30. I don't know, an 18-year-old back when I was young. I think most kids know. But that might not stop somebody from being pretty careless, and someone. And also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel that there is a real threat to contraception, to all kinds of liberties, and sometimes I think, well, this will be okay. I don't see as many Trump signs as I did, or bumper stickers, but that may be fooling me. So, anyway, because of that threat, and because of how serious this is, I don't think it would hurt to put some away, store some. The pills that you can get at the drugstore, or one of the CVS, Walgreens, whatever. And I mentioned the ones online. My husband and I kind of had a laugh about the condoms online, but if that would be encouraging. And I talked about your youth, being young, to enjoy yourself, but also be careful. I am an old person, and I'm going to tell you to be careful. When AIDS came around in the early 80s, no one saw that coming. No one. And nobody saw, what is it, the coronavirus? We didn't see that coming. I need to get another inoculation. So we have to be wary, and especially at this time. So I would really recommend that whatever you use, store up. Yeah, I just don't know what to say. I heard Tom Cotton talking about what to do to demonstrators. Oh, it's Steve Miller. Oh, good God. I have a lot of fear. I have fears for black people. I have fears for our immigrants, for Hispanics. I mean, you just don't know what this is going to roll into. And I'm always I'm not a trusting person. When I read Einstein, the biography of Einstein by Isaac Walterson, I think it was in there that he said the book that he quoted Einstein, I think it was there, saying that the most important decision we make is whether to trust the universe or not. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of evidence that goes the other way. I don't think I trust anything, really. And I'm not always wrong. I don't think it's the best way to live. I like people. Trust is hard. So that's all I have to say about that. And also thinking about, I'm going to talk about fascism and autocracy and dictators and communist dictators, totalitarians, kind of all in the same mix. Maybe I'll focus on Germany. I think we do have to remember this is something that's inside our souls, and it's always been here. Severity, selling people that they are the best people, that they are the most powerful people, and that whoever your president or leader, that person is next to God. Kings and queens were. So, and when you start picking on particular people, that's a bad sign. In South America, there have been a lot of dictators. One of the most famous is Pinochet in Chile, and he in Latin America, it's communist, particularly South America. And that was so in Germany and Italy as well back in World War II. So, it was Jewish people in Germany, it was homosexuals, it was anyone who disagreed in all those countries, and leftist, socialist, communist. And women, when leaders in countries become severe, become obsessed, women get really focused on, very focused on. And as it is with some cultures, look at Saudi Arabia, Pakistan. What a hideous life. I'm sorry, it's hideous. So anyway, we will talk about those things, and I will go ahead and show you. This is On Tyranny by Timothy Snyder. On Tyranny. Okay. 20 lessons from the 20th century. Pretty good lessons here and advice. And this is Strongman. Do I see her name? I'm not reading well. By Ruth Ben Ghiat. Mussolini to whom? To the present. And she really brings up the thread with women and the control of women. I think he particularly tried to be a very super virile man, And Hitler, they were super people. Okay. And you see that today. So, I'm asking you to look at those signs. And about women, which Strongman, Ruth Ben Ghiat, focused on. For example, in Germany, what was it? It was, I don't know how, I don't handle German. It was children kitchen, and church. So, any of that sound familiar? Okay. So that's really all I want to say, and then I will have to get busy and do that next segment. My goal is anybody going to listen to this? I don't know. But I've become very concerned about what people don't know. And people who listen to Fox and those other news stations. It's madness. But concerning that people, if you don't know, you don't follow, you don't have good sources of information, it's really easy to fall into. Yeah, very, very easy. And I had another thought. Anyway, and I pray for us to have good hearts and good souls. But this is very common. And, the anger, and we have to watch for that. The anger, the tendency to blame other people. Yeah. So that is something we need to be so careful about. The things that they've said about the immigrants are just, I see a lot of nice people, and they work really hard. Everyone works really hard. I mean, there's somebody that's not going to, but most people work really hard, and they want things. I think there's a little something wrong with our society, that we want too many things. And is it making us happy? And do we need it? And we are using up our planet. I'm a capitalist, I guess. I mean, what's wrong with private enterprise? But what's wrong with Sweden or some of the other countries, Finland, that provide support? France, that provides, England provides very good health care. That's an investment in your country. That pays off. And I saw a neighbor I'm diabetic. I saw a neighbor that had, juvenile diabetes, and, killed her young. She's just the age of my grandniece. She was, in her late 30s. And, but she was not able to get the proper care. She lost her feet. And then she died. Why? And I blame corporations. I mean, I'm seeing them. I think they flock to the evangelicals, and they're flocking to Trump because of the trade-off, we won't pay any taxes. That kind of greed, it's so bad. It's destroying our souls, all the materialism. How can we go on forever just increasing what we buy and what we want and what we buy and what we want? I have nothing against private enterprise, but can't we have some limits? Let's have some limits. Think about that. It's going to be hard to even think about some of the problems we face with the threat to democracy that we face. So we can store that in the back. And that's not communism. It is not communism. It's a balance. It's a balance, and that's important. what did I see? I saw a program by a futurist, and he was very optimistic. What was his name? His name was Ari Wallach, and